Bilal Powell, and you're watching Dan Sports News.
No, Eric, I ain't watching Dansportsnews News.
I'm Edwards, and you're watching Dansportsnews.
This is Javon Quinlan, you're watching Dansports News.
This is Jaden Gould, and you're listening to the Dan Sports News and Friends podcast.
What's up, everybody? Dansportsnews Flores here, bringing you another episode of the Dan Sports News and Friends podcast. Don't forget to follow me on all social media at Dan Sports News to catch my latest updates. Today's guest is Jersey's own pro boxer, Kahshad Elliott. Check it out. Tell me a little bit about how you first got started in boxing. We know your dad's the trainer, your sister boxes as well. Tell me how you got started in boxing.
Well, when I was younger, I used to have anger issues. So, my dad didn't want me to use that anger for the wrong things and stuff like that. Because, at the time, I was going through a lot as a child. I didn't have it easy. I was not spoon-fed at all. I had to work for everything that I got now. But back to the topic, he was just we gonna put you in something, and you're gonna work from there. And he didn't want me to be like the rest of these kids. Everybody play basketball, football, all them other sports. He was like, nah, you gotta learn how to defend yourself. Especially with the anger I had, I had to learn how to defend myself. So that's how I really got started. You feel me? I just got me into boxing. So a bad thing ended up turning good. You feel me? It's crazy. And then after that, it just been history.
So did you try any other sports growing up? Did you try football or basketball, or was it always boxing?
Actually, one summer I did a football camp. It was 1 year I was really gonna play football. I was 100% committed. I was I'm gonna do it. And then my cousin, Nassan Anderson, he was real good in football. And then right before I was really about to start playing, he broke his leg. So my dad turned around and he was like, Nassan just broke his leg. You still want to play football? And I was like, nah, I don't want to play no more. I was like, nah. Okay, I was like, nah. So then it never went through with that. And then high school, I wanted to play basketball. We played basketball almost every day. My friends and stuff you're good. Play basketball. But during that time, it was just boxing was really taking off for me. So I was just I'm already a foot in the door. So why just miss opportunities just to play another sport? So I was I'm gonna just do what I gotta do and stick to this boxing stuff.
Your dad owns Strap City Boxing Club. How great is it to train pretty much whenever you can?
Actually, believe it or not, my dad, he wasn't my first trainer. He was, but me and him both entered the sport at the same time. When I started learning how to box, he just was there to learn it too. He wasn't really fully a trainer. He was just all right, go ahead. And then over time, he just started picking up on things. He was you know what? I'm gonna train you myself. He learning when I'm learning, so it's the best of both worlds. We both growing together. You feel me? And I'm not knocking learning from trainers that's already established, but why not keep it in the family and stuff like that? So that's what we did, and we really to this day, me and him we grew together. We learned together. We learned stuff from other people as well. My dad isn't the type of person to not let me learn from other trainers and stuff like that, because there's great trainers all around. My dad's not the only great trainer, so he's open for that, and he lets me learn and stuff like that. And my dad has Strap City. I would say we moved to a new gym last year, but Strap City that just always been a name since I was 12 or 13. That go way back. When my dad didn't have no gym, and we was working out at Puffstein Field every day. My dad didn't have no gym, but my dad had lots and lots of people. So at some point he was gonna have to get a gym. You feel me? And we ended up getting a gym. Then we had to move again. We did a lot of moving around. My dad had two spots, one in Denellen and one in Somerset. Those spots shut down, and then we moved down to Middlesex. That's where we at right now. And that's a great spot too. That's a great spot. Yeah.
And you talk about keeping it in the family. Your sister Kyle is also a boxer. Do you guys train a lot together and spar against each other?
Nah, Kyle she really kind of she just be doing her own thing now. I mean when she started. She really started because of me. I'm just telling her yo, you could travel, do things other kids not doing. I'm so you should just try it. She tried it, And then ever since then, like, she just took off. Like, her career, like, is crazy. Like, she had, like, the biggest turn. Like, I remember when she first started competing, she was, like, undefeated. And I'm like, Kyle, like, as you get older, you're going to have to train harder. Like, your fight's going to be harder. And she was like, nah, whatever, this, that, and the third. You know, she was big-headed and stuff like that. And I was like, all right. So then I would say, like, 2015, 2016, I even say 2017, you know, she was going through a drought. She wasn't winning no national tournament. Even though she was already a 4-time national champion, she just was, like, wasn't winning. And then, like, ever since she made the team in 2018, it just been crazy. Like, she just been going crazy. Yeah, like, she be on her own thing. You feel me? Me and her work out together, like, sometimes, like, Mondays and Fridays, me and her work out together, but, like, during the week and stuff like that, she be doing whatever she gotta do, and I do what I gotta do. At the end of the day, you feel me? I'm not amateur no more. You know, I'm turning pro, and she amateur. So
Of course,
it's a different level. Yeah,
For sure.
So, like, the amateur, like, she can't do what I do. She can, but, like, to a certain extent. You feel me? She don't have all the time that I have and stuff like that. But yeah, that's really it.
So do you guys try and watch the other boxing sibling duos?
Other boxing duos,
Like the siblings,
duos?
specifically
Nah.
brother, sister, yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are some brother sisters, you know, that we've seen around and stuff like that. But I mean, we don't watch them. You feel me? Like, we got experience, so like we
Of
watch
course,
them.
yeah.
You feel me? Like, to be honest, in New Jersey, there has never been a brother sister duo that never did what we did. Like,
Right, that's true, yeah.
I made it to the Olympic trials.
Mm-hmm.
And she's on the USA team. When did you ever hear about that? Like, so if you want to be technical, like, me and my sister really carried New Jersey since 2016 to now. You feel me? Like, I know we're getting off topic, but before, like, when we first started traveling and stuff like that, I was the kid, like, I never won tournaments as a younger kid. Like, it was always, like, the other kids or, like, other people we knew. And then, like, after that, as soon as, like, it got important, like, 16 and up, like, when USA Boxing really started watching you, I started winning everything. And if I wasn't winning, I always came second. So, like, I finished top 2 in every national tournament that I competed in, win or loss. So, and she was doing the same thing, like, literally. But she was, like, literally coming out on top every time. So, like, brother and sister duo, nobody in New Jersey, like, has ever did that. Like, hands down, nobody has ever did that. And that's just like, that's the truth. You feel me? So some people don't want to give us good credit when it's due. You know, and that's regular. That's life. I mean, you can't face it. Like, the stats is there. Like, you can't deny it. It's on paper. Like, everything is there. You can't deny it. Yeah, we got New Jersey. To be honest, I'm going to be honest.
Sure, you guys are both the future in boxing. But now let's get into your amateur career. Break down your amateur career for me.
I'm a 10-time national champion from junior to elite, from 15, 16 to 17, 18 to 18 to 32. I won multiple national titles. I have 140 amateur fights. I was 117 wins and 23 losses. And them 23 losses, like, I always touch base on this. I used to lose a lot when I was little, as I said. But, like, once I turned, like, 16 and, you know, I started developing a little more into my body and stuff like that, I really wasn't losing, like, at all. Like, from 2016, I would say from 2016 to 2019, I would say out of, like, 60 amateur fights between that time span, maybe 50, maybe 40, I don't know, like 40 to 60, I probably lost, like, 4 or 5 times, literally. USA Boxing, you know, I made the team as a second. It was a lot of politics when it came to me, maybe because, like, I'm from a small town, you feel me? Like, they wanted people with, like, who come from, like, who basically spoon-fed, or, like, who already, like, got trainers at the training center already. So, like, it's kind of hard when your trainer not at the training center, or, like, you from, like, a small town or something. Like, they just don't. They just want who they want. So I made the team as a second, 3 years straight. Never got a call out there to Colorado Springs. I would say, like, after the second time, I really didn't care to go to Colorado Springs, because at the end of the day, like, I'm doing what I'm doing up here. There's no difference. Like, and I already know them guys that they were calling out there, not better than me. Yeah, man. I sparred Sergey Derevchenko, who's about to fight Jamal Charlo for a belt. Antoine Russell. I sparred Shakur Stevenson. I sparred Dmitry Kaitrov. I sparred Peter Quillen, Danny Jacobs. Bro, like, my resume as an amateur, from sparring to fighting, is like literally nothing tops that. Like, I promise you, bro. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, nothing tops that. I fought everybody in the amateurs. I fought Troy Isley, Lorenzo Simpson, Gabriel Flores, Holly, like all the top people that are good now, Diego Pacheco, they are undefeated prospects now. I fought everybody. So like I really I've got all the experience from 106 pounds all the way to 165 pounds. I fought all the top guys, win, loss, or not, win or lose, bro. I gave everybody a run for their money. There's nobody that I fought in the image that could say this dusted me. Never, ever. If you're a top guy, you're gonna have to show me why you're the top guy. You feel me? Like, I was always top three, top four. I was always top three. I held two number one rankings in 2016 in two different weight classes, and then 2017 I was number two. 2018 was my first year as an elite, so I didn't really compete like that. But yeah, I finished. My ranking was rank 4. That's where I finished at. But me, I don't really care about rankings. You know, I put in work for real, so I don't really care about rankings. Like, whoever the top guy is, they know what's up. They know what's up. USA Boxing knows what's up.
I hear you.
They knew I just feel like I was ducked and dodged, and I felt like, I don't know, they knew I was good, but they just wanted who they want. So that's out of my power. So now in the pros and stuff like that, it's a different game, because now you really got to see me now, and there's no USA Boxing and no judges. You really got to fight me now. So nobody's gonna be behind you. Nobody's gonna be make sure this kid wins. You really got to fight. You know, you live and you learn. I'm happy that my amateur career turned out how it did. I probably wouldn't be the fighter that I am today.
You beat Diego Pacheco, like you said, twice as an amateur. He's now, like you said, one of the top rising prospects. Tell me about beating him twice as an amateur. How is it going against him?
Diego, he's actually that's my guy. That's my guy. Me and him, we was real cool. Even though we had to fight each other, we was real cool. I would say he's probably one of my toughest fights, hands down. You're 6'4", 165 pounds. 5'11" and a half. It was just every fight, I had to work to beat him. He's a real good fighter. You know, I have nothing bad to say about Diego. Nothing bad to say. You know, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Tell me about the decision to go pro. Why now? Why did you choose to sign pro?
I turned pro because there was really nothing left for me to do as an amateur. You know, I have international experience, multiple national titles, sparred with pros. Many pros told me I have a pro style. A pro told me when I was 13 that I had a pro style, and that's at 13. You feel me? So I've learned. I'm learning. I'm continuing to learn, but I've gained all that experience already. So why not just turn pro and chase my dream? The funny thing is, you know, people think that the Olympic dream that I had was from the jump. When I first started boxing, I didn't want to do no Olympics. I wanted to fight, and then once it was time for me to go pro, I wanted to go pro and win a world title. That's my main priority as of right now. That was my main priority through the amateurs. But, you know, the Olympics, that just came, I feel like that got pushed on after Shakur. When Shakur did what he did in the Olympics, I'm like, all right. I'm like, he got silver, I got to be the one to go gold. But as you know, I got another. So it's whatever.
Tell me a little bit about your fighting style. Are you southpaw, orthodox? Do you switch it up? Tell me about your fighting style.
I fight both ways. I really can't tell you I really can't compare it to nobody. You can't compare my fighting style to nobody. You might see similarities from different other fighters and stuff like that, but the good thing about me is I have no style. So you never know what you're gonna get with me. I could bang, I could box, I could turn southpaw, do it both ways. I can do anything. So you never know what you're gonna get with me. And then I can do all that, and the best part is I have power. So that's gonna be the shocker. They're gonna be like, wow, this kid can do all of this stuff. But then if you get hit by him, you're going to sleep for sure. So that's the good part. Most fighters nowadays, they got one set way they fight. So they don't have no other way. That's the good part about me turning pro and stuff like that. I have multiple styles.
So you can do the body, you can work the body, and you can hit with power?
I can do everything, bro. Literally everything. Me and my dad, we do everything. Literally everything. There's nothing we don't do.
Now tell me what weight class you're in for pro, because I know you were in a different weight class in amateur. Tell me about that.
I'm going down to 154. That's super welterweight. I was going to try 147, but
154 is the safest route for me. So yeah, I'm gonna be fighting at super welterweight. My pro debut's coming soon.
So you said super welterweight. Do you plan on moving up gradually in your career, or do you want to go lower, or is it going up eventually to like middle and stuff like that?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm probably gonna go up like maybe 1, possibly or 2 weight classes. I've been boxing for 14, 15 years, and I don't plan on, staying in the game for another 15 years. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going to take over this weight division, move up to 160, take over that weight division. And then, by then, I'm already going to be like, I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. And I got to the bag. Like, that's also important. I want to win titles, but I also want to get to the bag. Like, that's definitely up there. So I feel like once I get them titles and once I get the bag, whatever age I'm at, 27, 26, 28, 26 to 28, bro, like, I should be done boxing, bro. Be living my life. This is a lot of things that boxers, like, they go out trying to fight until they 35, 36. Like, it's possible, like, because we've seen it happen before, but why leave the sport a vegetable? Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying, maybe one day have a family, and I don't want my kids looking at me like what's wrong with him? You feel me? Like, I'm trying to come out here with my mind right, everything. I'm healthy, everything. So I would say about 26 to 28, I should be done, bro. Like, I don't plan on staying in the pros that long. I'm not taking all that punishment. I mean, it's boxing. You're gonna get hit. I'm not taking nothing unnecessary. Nothing.
Yeah, and you signed with Tim Van Nieuwhouse, Split Team Management. Tell me about that. One of the well-known managers in the boxing game. Tell me about that.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He's a good manager. He's been watching me since my first fight with Diego in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the finals at a national tournament. Me and Diego fought. I fought right after Diego, and he watched me, and then he came up to me, spoke to me, and then me and Diego fought the next, I think, 2 days later. It was a close fight. His side, some people felt he won, some people felt I won. And then after that, he just been, asking me what's next. What am I doing next? Well, I plan on turning pro, this and the third. So I would say, like, out of all the managers that, tried to talk to me, and tried to get me to sign, I feel as though Tim was, he was already in the front run. Because when I was 17, like, I didn't really expect no managers to talk to me right then and there, but he showed he was, he wanted to sign me right from the jump. So I was just like, I just let it weep. You know what I'm saying? I just had to let it weep. He showed the most interest, and he has a good stable. Diego Pacheco, Brian Sabalos. He has a very good stable that, a lot of those fighters could become world champions. So I just felt it was the best move for me at the time. I really did. I felt like that was the best move. So that's what we did. We went with what was the best move.
Have you signed with a promoter yet? Is there anything in the works with that?
Yeah, we have stuff in the works. I'm not going to say too much about that.
Right. Yeah.
I can't say too much about that. I want to keep it a surprise for people, but just know we have some stuff in the works.
How many fights do you expect to get in this year?
This year, I'm probably going to fight maybe 2 or 3 times because, COVID messed up everything. Like, COVID really messed up everything. So I'm looking to fight maybe 2 or 3 times this year. September, maybe October and November. And then December, just let that go out. And then 2021, run it all up again.
Yeah, fighting inside of a bubble. I'm sure you've seen the fights on TV. What do you think about that, fighting with no fans?
That's not really going to have no effect on anything. I just feel like it's sparring. Like, there's no fans there. I care for fans, but then again, like, I'm there to handle business. You feel me? Like, fans not going to come fight the fight for me. So, like, I really don't really care about fans. Like, I'm not the type of person I'm not a crowd pleaser. That's one thing I'm not. Like, most fighters go into the pro game trying to please the crowd, trying to get knockouts and stuff like that. It's all about being a technician. You have to be smart. So, I mean, with my style, I already know the fans are going to love me because I can do everything. But there's going to be some fights where my power ain't enough and I got to be smart and box. And, fans don't like that. Fans want to see knockouts and stuff like that. But if they're going to boo me while I'm boxing and being smart, but I win, then I'm cool with it, I don't really care for fans and stuff like that. That bubble, that don't really mean nothing to me.
Right. It's pretty much just like sparring anyways.
Exactly.
Now, I want to ask you about some New Jersey fighters that we've seen Shakur Stevenson. As we know, he just fought, a few weeks ago on TV. What do you like about Shakur's style of fighting?
Shakur, I would say he fight the same way since we were kids. He just mastered his style. That's one thing I love about Shakur. Like, he didn't change nothing. I mean, he changed like what he needed to change, like what was supposed to be changed, but he still he mastered his style. And that stands out to me. Like, most people fight one way in the amateurs, but get to the pros and then start fighting a different way. That man did not change not one thing. All he did was add to his fighting style. And now he's just hands down to me, besides Devin Haney, that's the best prospect out. Besides him and Devin, those are my top two prospects right now, for sure, hands down. That's it.
Well, Shakur is a world champion already at 23 years old.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, some of the other Jersey guys we know, Vito Milnicki Jr., he just fought, I think it was on Saturday. Did you see that knockout, second round knockout? What are your thoughts on Vito's fight?
Vito, that's my guy too. That's somebody I grew up with. We literally all trained in the same gym at one point. So, I grew up with Vito, and, he's coming along very well. I have nothing bad to say about him neither. He's young, so obviously, he has a lot more to learn, but he get in there and he doing what he got to do. He not going in there playing. He not doing none of that. He going in there doing what he got to do. And he going to be great. He going to be great. I already know it. He going to be great. For sure.
Yeah, and Raymond Savage Ford next week. He's on the Matchroom card. What do you like about Raymond's style?
Right.
What do you like about Raymond's style of fighting?
I just seen Raymond, when was that? When did I go down here? Saturday. He's running on a treadmill, getting off his last few pounds. That's my guy, too. Raymond's style, man, he's sharp. He's slick, crafty, good hand speed, very good defensively. I've always liked Raymond's style. Ever since the amateurs, ever since I first seen him fight, I've always liked his style. He's real slick, and that's somebody else who I think is gonna master their fighting style. He didn't change nothing either. He's just adding and getting better, getting stronger, getting faster, getting smarter. He's not changing nothing. He's doing what he was doing in the amateurs. He's doing in the pros, just 50 times better. So he's amazing too. That's my guy.
Growing up, who were some of the guys you looked up to from New Jersey? Did you watch Kendall Holt, Mikey Perez, even Arturo Gatti back in the day? Who would you watch from Jersey growing up?
From Jersey growing up, I would say I used to watch Steven Ortiz. He's from the South Jersey area, South Jersey / Philly area. I seen him fight a few times. He's amazing. I used to watch, of course, Shakur every time he fought. Kenyon Sessoms, he was very good, very good. And then I used to watch Leroy Davila, 2016 Olympic alternate. And at one point, that was really my favorite fighter growing up, Leroy. He was smaller, but he could fight both ways too. Fast, great defense. And when I tell you this man hits extremely hard, for somebody who's 100, he used to go down in the amateurs he used to be at 132 pounds, coming all the way down, drop to 107 to fight at 108. And that man, he was very dangerous, very, very dangerous. So growing up, I watched a few guys, but Leroy, once I met Leroy and then trained with him and stuff like that, it was just, I'm yeah, this guy, this is the blueprint right here. He does everything. It was just crazy.
And outside of Jersey, who were the guys that you watched a lot on TV?
I watched Floyd Mayweather, of course. Canelo Alvarez. I watched Roy Jones Jr. 160 Roy Jones, James Toney, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. I watch a lot of guys. I watch Earl Spence, the Charlo brothers. I have a select few that I like to watch. I like to watch Canelo, Roy Jones Jr., and James Toney more, and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Those are my top four that I like to watch right there.
What do you think of the big Mike Tyson fight against Roy Jones Jr.? Will you watch that fight? What do you think of that?
I feel like this is it is good entertainment. I like Roy Jones a lot. I love Roy Jones, but I just don't feel as though he got enough to beat Mike Tyson. The way I've been seeing Mike train, I don't know. And Roy older, he don't move how he used to move and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just feel like we got to see. You never know. I feel like if Roy could make it out like the first 3 or 4 rounds, I feel like he got a chance to win. But I feel like as soon as if he get hit early on, it's gonna be over. That's my personal opinion.
What do you think of Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz?
Gervonta Davis, that's crazy too, because he used to come up to New Jersey when my old gym had shows and little tournaments and stuff like that. I've seen him fight a couple times in the amateurs too. I feel like Gervonta I don't feel like it's gonna be easy because Leo Santa Cruz is not a pushover like at all. But I feel like Gervonta has the speed and the power and the reflexes to do something to Leo Santa Cruz. So I feel like he's gonna win. It might be a tough fight, but I feel like he's gonna get it done.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I definitely think it's going to be a step up for Gervonta Davis, but he has the speed and the pop to do it.
For sure. Most definitely. And Leo Santa Cruz, he doesn't really have great defense and stuff like that.
Now, Errol Spence Jr., he's making his first fight back since the car accident, fighting Danny Garcia. What do you think of that fight?
I'm not a big fan of Danny Garcia. I mean, he do what he got to do, but like me personally, that's not somebody. Like I feel like Danny feels like he has the edge because of the car accident. But Errol Spence been training, sparring, doing everything like he 100%. So I feel like the car accident did have some type of effect on him, but I feel like ever since then, like he's been doing what he got to do. So I feel like Errol Spence he's gonna destroy Danny Garcia. Like that's my personal opinion. All Danny Garcia got is a hook, and if you can neutralize the hook, what else can Danny Garcia do? Like he's a good boxer, but like once that hook is going, Danny Garcia is nothing. And Errol Spence has power, speed, experience. Like there's nothing Danny Garcia is going to do to Errol Spence. I feel like Mikey Garcia is actually a harder fight than Danny Garcia for Errol. That's the crazy part. That's my personal opinion. I feel like Mikey had the skill to beat Errol Spence. It's just that he was too small, and that turned out how it did. But Mikey has way more skill than Danny Garcia, so this is going to be a walk in the park for Errol Spence, in my personal opinion.
Sean Porter versus Sebastian Formella. I think that's in a week or two. What do you think of that fight?
I don't know. I don't really know the other guy, Sebastian. I don't really know who that is. But Sean Porter, I feel like Sean Porter just going to do what he do. Sean Porter has an awkward style, and it throws anybody off. You saw his fight with Errol Spence, it threw him off. So I feel like Sean Porter is going to get the dub. I feel like this is just like a fight, like a get back fight. You feel me? Like I don't really know who that other dude is. I could be wrong. Anything can happen. It's boxing, but I don't really know who that other dude is. That's my opinion.
Right. Well, it is a title fight, though, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we just going to have to see.
What do you think of Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell? If that fight ever happens, it's supposedly in the works. What do you think of that?
I feel like this is going to be Ryan Garcia's toughest fight, like hands down. Luke Campbell is a very good fighter. I would say maybe I would keep it just 50-50 because Ryan Garcia, it's just hard with Ryan. Like I don't feel like he's that good. Like that's my personal opinion. I just feel like he has hype behind him. He has all the attention. You see his Instagram, like it's crazy. And then I don't know. I just feel like Luke Campbell will give him a run for his money. But if he does win, then that would be great too because I want to see him fight other prospects. So if he gets past this tough challenge, then you really can't count him out. If he beats Luke Campbell, like you really have to put him in the discussion now. Because Luke Campbell fought Lomachenko. So like you can't really say nothing. So if Ryan Garcia really beat Luke Campbell, then you have to put him in the talks with Devin Haney and Shakur and all the other Teofimo Lopez and all of them too.
Yeah, Jason Sosa, actually another fighter from Jersey who has fought Lomachenko. I personally think that he should fight guys like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney.
Right. Yeah, Jason Sosa, he's older. Jason Sosa, that's my guy too.
He'd still be a good challenge for them.
Yeah, of course. Like a title eliminator or like, a step-up fight, Jason Sosa, yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
What do you think of Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez?
I'm going to have to go with Lomachenko. I feel like Teofimo has great power, great speed, I just don't feel like he has the ability to beat Lomachenko. I mean, if he lands something, then we can see. But you have to hit Lomachenko. So like, if you can't hit him, then you can't beat him. Like, his footwork is just like ridiculous. He's here when he's over there, then he goes over here, and then he's over there. So like, I don't know. I feel like Teofimo, he has a chance because he has tremendous power and speed. He also has, good defense, but it's just different once you get in there with somebody like that. Like, what, Lomachenko has 3 gold medals or something like that? Like,
Yeah, like 2, yeah.
So, yeah, like, and what, he had like 100 amateur fights. Come on, like, so he's seen every style, like literally every style. So, I don't know. I feel like if Teofimo lands something, he could get it done. But if Lomachenko, I feel like Lomachenko's gonna watch him.
Yeah, and my final question for you, in your opinion, give me your top 5 active fighters pound for pound.
Pound for pound? Well, I feel as though I'm the best fighter. That's my opinion, but pound for pound active, I would say right now, Canelo Alvarez, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go with Errol Spence. Number 3, I would say Lomachenko. For sure, you have to put him in, like, just no doubt about it. 4, 2, and then 5, I would say maybe Triple G. Maybe. Yeah, that's a hard question. Because I like a lot of fighters, so I don't know. It's very hard. Yeah, I don't know. That's my top 5, though.
Well, Kahshad, I really appreciate you taking some time out of your night to do this interview. All the best in your career.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me.